Mr. Cogom, Frederick Treves, your new lecturer in anatomy. Case 31. School for an applied surgical anatomy. Happy to see you rising, Mrs. Treves. I'd like to see Merrick credited in your industry accomplishment and skill and credit. Ignore the squalor of the Whitechapel, general indigenousness and wealth and poverty without, and you'll find continuing medical resources in the London hospital. We study and treat the widest range of diseases and disorders, and are certainly the greatest institution of our kind in the world. Our empire provides unparalleled opportunities for our studies, as well as schools to life and most fulfilling scientifically. Add to our reputation by going further, and that'll satisfy. You've bought a house?
Yes, Wimpole Street.
Good. Keep at it, Treves. They'll have an F for us and 100 guinea fees before you're 40. You'll find it's an excellent consolation prize.
Consolation? I don't know what you mean.
I know you don't. You will.
A happy childhood in Dorset. A scientist in an age of science. In an English age, an Englishman. A house, a wife who loves me, 2 books published by my 31st year, and, oh God, 100 guinea fees before I'm 40? Consolation for what? As of the year 1884 AD, I, Frederick Treves, do seem to have excessive blessings. Or so it seems to me.
Tuppence only, step in and see. This side of the grave. John Merrick has no hope, nor expectation of relief. In every sense, his situation is desperate. His physical agony is exceeded only by his mental anguish. A despised creature without consolation. Tuppence only, step in and see. For in order to survive, Merrick forces himself to suffer these humiliations, I repeat, humiliations in order to survive. Thus, he exposes himself to crowds who pay to gape and yawp at this freak of nature, the elephant man. See Mother Nature uncorseted and in malignant rage. Tuppence.
Well, this sign is absurd. Half elephant, half man is not possible. Is he foreign?
Right from Leicester, but nothing to fear.
I'm at the London across the road. I wish to examine him to see if there is some genuine disorder. But if he is a mass of papier-mâché in paint, however...
Then pay me nothing, sir. Enter. Up, Merrick! Up, you bloody donkey!
I must examine him further at the hospital. Here is my card. Well, I am Treves. I will have a cab pick him up and return him.
5 bob is yours for the day.
Oh, well, I wish to examine him in the interest of science, you see.
Sir, I'm Ross. I get him his living. He and I are in business. He is our capital, see. Go anywhere. You want to borrow interest. You want to borrow capital, you borrow interest. Scientists, even. He's good value, though. You won't find another like him.
Fair enough.
Hard out here, America!
The most striking feature about him was his enormous head, the circumference of which was about that of a man's waist. From the brow there projected a huge bony mass. It was like a loaf. From the back of the head there hung a bag of spongy, fungus-looking skin, the surface of which was comparable to that of a brown cauliflower. At the top of the skull there were a few long lank hairs, the osseous growth on the forehead, at this stage about the size of a tangerine, almost occluded one eye. From the upper jaw there projected another mass of bone. It was like a pink stump, turning the upper lip inside out and making the mouth a wide, slobbering aperture. The nose was merely a lump of flesh, only recognizable as a nose from its position. The deformities rendered the face utterly incapable of expressing any human emotion whatsoever. The back was horrible, because from it hung as far down as the middle of the thigh huge sack-like masses of flesh, covered by the same loathsome cauliflower stain. The right arm was of enormous size and shapeless. It suggested what was not elephantitis, also overgrown with pendant masses of the same cauliflower-like skin. The right hand was large and clumsy, thin, or a paddle rather than a hand. No distinction existed between the palm and the back. As a limb, it was utterly useless. The other arm was remarkable by contrast. It was not only normal, but it was moreover a delicately shaped limb, covered with a fine skin and provided with a beautiful hand which any woman might have envied. From the chest hung a bag of the same repulsive flesh. It was like a dewlap suspended from the neck of a lizard. The lower limbs had the characteristics of the deformed arm. They were unwieldy, dropsical looking, and grossly misshapen. There arose from the fungus skin growths a very sickening stench, which was hard to tolerate. To add further burden to his trouble, the wretched man, when a boy, developed hip disease, leaving him permanently lame, so that he may only walk with a stick. Please. He was thus denied any means of escape from his tormentors.
Mr. Treves, you have showed a profound and unknown disorder to us. We do not think it ought to be permitted that he leaves for his exhibition tonight. It is a disgrace, a pity and a disgrace. Indecency, in fact, it may be a trouble in ways we do not know. Something must be done about it.
Now I am a doctor. What would you have me do?
Oh, I know what to do. I know. And now, my pin-headed darlings, your attention, please. Every freak in Brussels fair is doing something to celebrate Leopold's 5th year as King of the Congo. Our king, our empire.
We are the queens of
No, not yet, girls, not yet. And when you do it, please get it right. It's back to the asylum with you. You know what that means, don't you? They scoop out your innards and replace them with the Dutchin they nicked you from. They'll cut you. I'll be back with customers. Come see the queens of the Congo.
Cosmo?
Congo, land of darkness, I hope. And it's freer on the continent, lads. We'll get copper sent round to Ralph's Art in London. Reckon in Brussels here's our fortune. You don't have a little tete-a-tete with the locals. I'll go to the tropics to see about a license to exhibit. Be right back.
I come from England.
Hello.
At home they chased us out of London. Police someone complained. They beat me. You have no trouble here, no?
Hello.
Hello. In Belgium, we make money. I look forward to it. Happiness, I mean. You pay your police? How is it done?
Hello.
We do a show together sometime, yes? I have saved 48 shillings, 9 pounds, tuppence, English money. Ross takes care of it for me.
Hello.
Bit of a vocabulary problem. Poor things. Looks like they put your noses to the grindstone and forgot to take them away.
They're coming, girls. Now,
We are the queens of the cosmos, the beautiful Belgian empire. Our native and our miners are fire. Expediters and fire. Congo in power. Simon and Susie's finest hour. Admire. Perspire. Desire. And fire.
I'm sorry, they're not ready yet. Leave, please. You better get those words right, girls, or you know what.
Don't cry, girls. You sang nicely. Don't cry. There.
I was promised a permit. I like the tour on that.
This is a brutal, indecent, and immoral display. It is a public indecency, and it is forbidden here.
And what about them with their perfect tone heads?
Oh, well, they are ours.
The spirit of competition stood for business. Where's your spirit of competition?
Right here. No, do you kill him? Better off then, indecent bastard.
Oh, don't cry, girls. It doesn't hurt.
Get up.
Austin will always mean bad memories, won't it, Ross?
I've decided. I'm sending you back, lad. You're a flop. No, you're a liability. You ain't the money maker I figured, so that's it.
Alone?
He's a bob. Have an osh. Pick up your stink if you stick around. Stink of failure. Stink of lost years. Just stink, 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 stink! This is the one. Just see him to Liverpool Street Station safe for you. It's for your trouble.
Ross!
What's he say? Fell's an imbecile. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Ross!
Bon voyage, Johnny. His name's John. And that's all he knows now.
Johnny, come on, Johnny. Johnny, come now, Johnny. Johnny, don't struggle, Johnny.
Liverpool Street Station. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
You're safe in here. Bar the door. They want to rip them to pieces. I've never seen anything like it. It's like being bored. We didn't call him.
Hey, we got somebody going to London, lad. Can't stay here.
You don't understand. He's an imbecile.
Hey, got any money, huh?
Right.
What's that?
He just makes sounds. Frank sounds is all he makes. Go through his coat.
Jesus.
Hey, let me go through your coat and I'll turn you over that hole. Oh, don't get yourself upset, it's just a joke. Yeah, sure. Crow. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, got a card here. What's this old card here? Somebody gave you a card. Johnny Merrick. Yeah.
What's it say?
Sir Frederick Treves, lectured at the Mountain, London Hospital.
Go see if I can find him. It's not far.
So what's he do then, huh? Lecture you and you're Mountain. People who look like that then don't think right, do they? Yeah, sure, Treves.
Oh my God, what is going on here? Have you no sense of decency? Look at that mob!
This is my heart. I'm Treves.
This poor wretch he had, arrived in from Austin.
Lord. Merrick. John Merrick. What has happened to you?
Help me.
You want a sandwich?
Sandwich, yes.
We've had experience in missionary hospitals in Niger.
And Ceylon,
Ah, yes, I may assume you've seen.
the tropics, the diseases, the many novel scourges our Lord sends. Yes, sir.
I'm looking for the help of an experienced nurse, you see.
Someone to bring in food and to take care of the room. I understand, but it's somehow difficult.
Ah, well, I have been let down so far. It really is that is, well, the ordinary sisters. It is not part of their job, and they will not do it. The ordinary kind, Mr. Merrick, without, well, panicking. He is quite beyond ugly. You understand that. His appearance has terrified them.
The photographs show a terrible disease.
Ah, it is a disorder, not a disease. Though it is in no way contagious, but we don't in fact know what it is. I have found, though, that there seems to be a deep superstition among those that I've tried. They seem to think he has brought this upon himself, this thing. But he's not that at all.
I am not one who believes little of ourselves to attain grace or bring chastisement to us, sir.
Miss Henrich, I am hoping not.
let me put your mind to rest. I've cared for lepers in the East, and you have cared, Mr. Treves. In Africa, I have seen dreadful scourges quite unknown to our more civilized times. So, what at home could be worse than the afflicted, rotting person?
I imagine.
Appearances do not haunt me.
Yes, it is really that has set me outside the confines of the London seeking help.
I will go to the hills and whence cometh my heart. I understand, and I think I will be satisfactory.
His lunch.
Perhaps you will be so kind to accompany me this time. I will introduce you.
Allow me to carry the child.
No, I will. You're ready.
I am.
He's bathing to be rid of his odor. John, this is Miss Sandwich. She would very much... I am sorry, I thought that...
Thank you for saving the lunch this time.
Yes, excuse me. You have let me down. You know I did everything to warn you, and still you let me down.
You did not say!
But I...
Did! You said just words!
But the photographs...
Just pictures! No one will do this for you. I am sorry.
Yes, well, this is not helping him.
With what fortitude he bears his cross, it is remarkable. He has made the acquaintance of religion, and once I had grasped his speech, it had become obvious he had religious instruction at one time.
I believe it was in the workhouse, Doctor.
Ah, they are awfully good about that sometimes. The Psalms he loves and the book of Job perplexes him, for he says he cannot understand why a just God must cause suffering, as he puts it only then to be merciful. Yet that Christ will save him he does not doubt, so he is not resentful.
Christ had better. Damn free kind.
In any case, Mr. Treves, further religious instruction would uplift him, and I would be pleased to provide it. I plan to speak with him from the pulpit this week.
See how visiting Gator was the busy Bishop half from his goose from there.
Speak with Merrick, sir. I have spoken to him of mercy and justice. There's a true Christian in the rough.
This makes my news seem banal. Yet, yes, Frederick, the response to my Times letter about Merrick is really staggering. The English public is so generous that Merrick may be supported with life without a penny spent from the hospital funds.
My, well, that is excellent.
God bless the English public.
Especially for not dismembering at Liverpool Street Station. Freddie, the one known home for incurables. This is quite irregular. But for you, I permit it. Though, God doesn't know what you'll do.
God does know, sir, and Darwin does not.
He better, sir. He deformed him.
I had apprehensions coming here. I'm very pleased that Merrick has been placed in the hands of Mr. Treves. Christian, sir.
He's a good man and brilliant doctor. It's fortunate indeed.
Do not let me keep you further from your duties, Mr. Treves. Yet, Mr. Gaunt, consider, is it science, sir, which motivates us to transport English rule of law to India or Ireland, which motivates good British churchmen to leave hearth and home for missionary hardship in Africa? Sir, it is not. It is Christian obligation. It is our duty to bring our light and benefices to a benighted man, which motivates us, as it motivates Treves towards Merrick. Gordon was Christian, sir, and died at Parton for it. Not for science, sir.
You're telling me, not for science.
Mr. Treves, I'll visit Merrick Whitley if I may.
You will be welcome. Yes, certain.
Then good day, sirs.
Well, now you have the money. What do you plan for Merrick?
Normality as far as possible.
So, you'd be like us, huh?
Is something wrong, Mr. Gaunt, with us?
How long is as long as I like?
You may stay for life. The funds exist.
I've been reading this about homes for the blind. wouldn't mind going to one when I have to move.
Oh, but you do not have to move. You're not blind.
I would prefer it where no one stares at me.
No one will here.
Certainly not. I've given instructions.
What I tell you?
God almighty!
Oh, Mr. Treves, Mr. John.
You were told not to do this. You must not lurk about. Surely you have work.
Yes, sir.
But it is infuriating you're told to do a thing. You must listen. But I won't have you giving in on my patience. Kindly remember that.
Yeah, patience, sir, is he?
Do not let me find you here again.
Yes, sir, we were just leaving, you know, on our way out.
No. Well, Mr. Treves precisely saying that no one would intrude when you intruded.
He's warned now. Merrick does not like it.
He was warned before. On what penalty, Will?
That ought to be sacked, sir.
You're sacked, Will. You, his friend, you work in.
Just started last week, sir.
Well, I hope the point is taken now.
I am truly sacked, am I, sir?
You are truly sacked. You will never be more truly sacked.
See, sir, it ain't me, it's my wife. She ain't well, and my sister had to come and take care of her and the kids, and, well,
Think of them first next time.
keeping them for yourself to look at in private. That's all it is, isn't it?
Ready? First plan is discipline. Merrick, you're safe from crying now.
Well, have you nothing to say, John?
If all that stared at me had been sacked, there'd be whole towns out of work.
I meant thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We always do say please and thank you, don't we? If
Yes, sir.
we want to properly be like others.
Yes, sir. I want to.
Yes. Then it is for our own good, is it not?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. John.
Sir, you are welcome.
You are happy here, are you not?
Yes.
The bats have rid you of your odor, have they not?
First chance I had to bathe regularly.
Yes, and 3 meals a day delivered to your room.
Yes, sir.
This is your promised land, is it not, John? Food, a roof, care, protection, is it not?
Right, Mr. Treves.
I'll bet you don't know what to call this.
No, I don't know.
You call it home.
Never had a home before.
Well, you have one now. Say it, John. Home.
Home.
No. I mean, really say it. I have a home. This is my... Go on.
I have a home. This is my home. I have a home. This is my home. For as long as I like,
Oh, well, that is what home is.
that is what is home.
If I abide by the rules, I will be happy.
Okay.
Don't be shy.
If I abide by the rules, I will be happy.
Good. Why?
Why what?
Well, why would you be happy?
Because it is my home.
No, why? Why do the rules make us happy? Well, why does anything make us happy?
Like what? Like what?
Don't get upset. Listen, the rules make us happy because they are for our own good.
Okay.
Don't be shy, John. You can say it.
This is my home.
No. About the rules making us happy.
They make us happy because they are for our own good.
Excellent. Now, I am submitting a follow-up report to the Pathological Society of London. It would help if you told me what you recall about your first years, John, to fill in the gaps.
To fill in gaps. The workhouse where they put me, they beat you there like a drum. Boo. Boo. Scrape the floor white. Shine the pan. Boo. Boo. It never ends. The floor is always dirty. The pan is always tarnished. There's nothing you can do about it. You are always attacked anyway. Boom. 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 Will the children go to the workhouses?
What children?
The children, the man he sacked.
Oh, I see. Of necessity. Will find other employment. You don't want crowd staring at you, do you?
No.
In your home, you do not have to have crowds staring at you, or anyone for that matter. In your home.
Yeah.
Well, then Mr. Gond was merciful. You yourself are proof. Is it not so? Well, is it so?
If your mercy is so cruel, what do you have for justice?
I'm sorry. It is just the way things are.
Boom. 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 Boom.
seen photographs of Mr. Merrick, right? You are acquainted with his appearance?
In the ones from the 40s, I'd say Cleopatra ones, bright ones. All huge grim heading, grimaces, utterly unable to clap.
Well, my aim is to lead him to as normal a life as possible. You see, his terror of us all comes from being held at arm's length from society. I am determined that shall end. For example, he loves to meet and converse with new people. I am determined he shall. He had never seen the inside of a normal home before. I took him to mine, and my God, Mrs. Kendall, what a reward! His pure astonishment and joy at the most ordinary things. Most critical, I feel, however, are women. I shall explain. Women have always shown the greatest fear and loathing of Mr. McGuire. He adores them, of course.
Oh, he is intelligent.
Well, I believe they are the key to retrieving him from his exclusion. Though, I must warn you, Mrs. Kendall, women are not quite real to him. They are more, how should I put it, creatures of his imagination.
Then he is already like other men, Mr. Treves.
So, I thought an actress for him. I mean, unlike most women, you won't give in. You are trained to hide your true feelings and assume others.
You mean, unlike most women, I am famous for it. That is really all.
My. In any case, if you would enter his room, smile, and wish him good morning, when you leave, shake his hand. Oh, the left one is usually left, and really quite beautiful. And say, I am very pleased to have made your acquaintance, Mr. Merrick.
Shall we try it then? And hand up, please. I am very pleased to have made your acquaintance, Mr. Merrick. Again. I am very pleased to have made your acquaintance, Mr. Merrick. No, that one. I am very pleased to have made your acquaintance, Mr. Merrick. What? I am very pleased to have made your acquaintance, Mr. Merrick. Yes, that.
By God, Mrs. Kendall, they are all splendid. Merrick will be so pleased. It will be the day he becomes a man. Right, a man.
Speaking of that, Mr. Treves.
Frederick, please.
Freddie, I could not but help noticing from the photographs of the unafflicted sir. How shall I put this?
Oh, I see. No, it is quite normal.
I thought as much.
Well, medically speaking, the papillomatous extrusions which disfigure him seem to correspond regularly with the osseous growths. There seems to be a kind of a link between the bone disorder and the skin growths, though for the life of me, I have not discovered what it is or why it is, but in any case, this part would therefore be unlikely to be afflicted. Because, well, there's no bone in it. None at all, I mean.
Well, learn a little every day, don't we?
I am horribly embarrassed, Mrs. Kendall.
Are you? Then he must be lonely indeed.
Well, he is making sketches for a model of St. Philip's Church. He wants someday to make a model, you see. Merrick, this is Mrs. Kendall. She would very much like to make your acquaintance.
Good morning, Mr. Merrick.
I shall see to a few matters. I will be back.
I planned so many things to say. I forget them. You are so beautiful.
How charming, Mr. Merrick.
Well, really, that was what I planned to say. That I forgot what I planned to say. I couldn't think of anything else. I was so excited.
Real charmers always plan, don't you think?
Well, I do not know why I look like this, Mrs. Kendall. My mother was so beautiful. She was knocked down by an elephant in the circus when she was pregnant. Something must have happened, don't you think?
It may well have.
It may well have. But sometimes I think my head is so big because it is so full of dreams. Because it is. Do you know what happens when dreams cannot get out?
Do I know?
I don't either. Something must. Yeah. You are a famous actress.
I am not unknown.
You must display yourself for a living then, like I did.
That is not myself, Mr. Merrick. That is an illusion. This is myself.
This is myself too.
Frederick says you like to read. So, books.
I am reading Romeo and Juliet now.
Ah, Juliet. What a love story. I adore love stories.
I like love stories best too. If I had been Romeo, guess what?
What?
I would not have held the mirror to her breast.
You mean the scene where Juliet appears to be dead and he holds the mirror to her breath and sees...
Nothing? How does it feel when he kills himself just because he sees nothing?
Well, my experience as Juliet has been, particularly with an actor I will not name, that, well, I'm lying there, dead, and he is lamenting excessively. I get to thinking that this slab of ham does not part from the ham hock of his tube sweet. I'm going to scream, pop off a tube, and plunge a dagger into his scene-stealing heart. Romeos are very dependable.
Because he does not care for Juliet.
Not care.
Does he get a doctor? Does he check her pulse? Does he make sure? No, he kills himself. The illusion only fools him because he does not care for her. He only cares about himself. If I had been Romeo, we would have gotten away.
Then there would be no play, Mr. Merrick.
If he did not love her, why should there be a play? Looking in a mirror and seeing nothing? That is not love. It is an illusion. When the illusion ended, he had to kill himself.
Why, that is extraordinary.
Before I spoke with people, I did not think all these things. Because I had no one to think them for. Now, things just come out of my mouth which are true.
Ah, John, do appear in the papers. We are famous. They've written up my report to the Pathological Society of London. It is a kind of apotheosis for you.
Frederick, I feel Mr. Merrick would benefit by even more company than you would. In fact, by being acquainted with the best and David Heath, I shall make it my task, if you'll permit. As you know, I am a friend of nearly everyone, What pleases me is this task, I think.
My God, Mrs. Kendall, you are splendid.
Mr. Merrick, I must go now. I would like to return one day, and so that we may, without delay, teach you about society. I would like to bring my good friend Dorothy, Lady Neville. She would be most pleased if she could meet you. Let me tell her, yes? And until next time, I'm sure your church mother will surprise us all. Mr. Merrick, it has been a very great pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Your hand? She wishes to shake your hand.
Thank you for coming.
But it was my pleasure. Thank you.
Mrs. Kendall, what a wonderful success. Do you know he's never shook a woman's hand before?
Your Grace.
How nice that the world is coming along this way. I've come to say Happy Christmas, and that I hope you will enjoy the spring and remember your friend Lyle.
Your Grace. Thank you.
I am so very pleased to have made your acquaintance.
Please accept these silver-backed combs and brushes for Christmas, Mr. Merrick.
Thank you, Countess.
I am very pleased to have made your acquaintance.
Here is the silver-topped working stools. Make yourself a regular Piccadilly exclusive. Self-help is the best help. Example to us all.
Thank you, Lord John.
I'm very pleased to have made your acquaintance.
Her Royal Highness, Princess Alexandra.
The happiest of Christmases, Mr. Merrick.
Thank you.
Her Royal Highness brought you a signed photograph of herself.
Oh, Your Royal Highness. Thank you. It is the treasure of my possessions. I have written to His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, to thank him for the pheasants and woodcock he sent.
You are a credit to Mr. Merrick. To Mr. Treves, Mr. Merrick. Mr. Treves, you are a credit to medicine, to England, and to Christendom. I am so very pleased to have made your acquaintance. Can you John, Bertie says we may use the word accent about either. Mrs. Keppel says it gives a unique perspective, and for Christmas, I think roses and fish.
And a cigarette case, my boy, full of cigarettes.
Thank you very much.
Most Phillips.
It is remarkable, I know.
And I do it with just one hand, they all say.
You are an artist, John Merrick. An artist.
I did not begin to build at first. Not till I saw what St. Philip's really was. It is not stone and steel and glass. It is an imitation of grace, flying up and up from the mud. So I build my imitation of an imitation. But even that is heaven to me, Mrs. Kendall.
That dog's got a good line, John. You know, Plato believed that this was all world of illusion. Artists made illusions of illusions heaven.
So we are all just copies of originals?
That's it.
Who made the copies?
Well, God, the demiurge.
He should have used both hands. Shouldn't he?
Mrs. Kendall, why all those toilet articles? Tell me, he is much too deformed to use any of them.
Props, of course, to make himself as I may be.
You. You think of yourself.
He is gentle, almost feminine, cheerful, honest within limits, a serious artist in his way. He is almost like me.
He is religious and devout. He knows salvation was ready to us or all is lost, which it is certainly not.
Seems practical, like me. He's seen nothing in but he's thankful for small goods that come his way. He knows what side his bread is buttered on, and he counts his blessings for it, like me.
I know that I can speak with him of anything, for he is discreet, like me.
God, I find him curious, compassionate, concerned about the world, but rather like myself, Frederick Treves, 1889 AD.
Of course, he is rather odd, and hurt, and helpless to not show the struggle. So am I.
He knows I used him to raise money for London when I was certain. He understands I would be derelict if I didn't. Yet he is wary of any promise, and he fits him well, like me.
I, as a seminarist, had many of the same doubts, struggled as he does, and hope they may be overcome.
When my husband, His Royal Highness Edward, Prince of Wales, asked Dr. Treves to be his personal surgeon, he said, "Dear Freddie, if you can put up with the elephant bloke, you can surely put up with me."
See him out of fashion, as he sees me. Social contact's critical.
Oh, and
Ignore the bloody papers. All lies.
Merrick, visibly worse than 86 to 87, that as he grows higher in the constellations of society, he becomes visibly more grotesque. His proof definitive, he is like me. His condition, which I make no sense of, I make no sense of mine.
They are saying you broke the contract. They are saying you've lost the money.
Fred, if I was such a scoundrel, how would I dare face investors like yourself? Broken contracts. I never considered them actual contracts, just preliminary things. Get the old deal underway. See, I'm only here to say the company remains and a terribly attractive proposition, don't you think? To recapitalize, if you could spare another, here's Mr. Gold, should be here for this conversation. All of the business partners involved. There you are, Mr. Gold. I was just remarking how splendidly Merrick thrives here, thanks to you and thanks to Frederick.
Well, John, allow me. Take Frederick from you. To Matt work. It's in his contracts. What do you want him breaking in? The sort of thing that makes the world fly apart, isn't it?
Yes, I see.
Sorry to hear you're so pressed. I expect we'll see less of you around London now.
But I actually, I have an appointment in the city. I must get going. Thank you, Mr. Gold, Mr. Treves.
He fooled me. He was kind to Merrick.
First and fascinating, my boy. You forgot to never protect yourself. Very kind.
But it does not seem right somehow.
That man's a more swamp. Is that not clear yet? Is he attractive? Yes, he often is. Friendly? As friendly as can be. Another loan? Not another cent. Maybe your money friend. But I'll not tolerate labor like an abbot that wanted to represent honest, charitable, and compassionate science. And have titled swindlers mucking up the pitch. He lied, gambled money away, broke the contracts. And like an infant in his mess, gurgles and wants to do it again. Never mind details. Don't want to know. Break and be glad. Don't hesitate. Today, one man will swamp. Don't be sucked in.
Have you seen the papers?
Yes. Agree to pity. Freddie, today.
Freddie?
I shall be all right. John, I shall not be able to stay this visit. I'm sorry. I must, unravel a few things. North Island and Snorgar.
Friendly and respectful, Frederick.
Yes. I will check in a few days.
Did I do something wrong?
No.
This is a hospital. This is not a marketplace. Don't you ever forget it. No, I'm sorry. Not you. It is me. Excuse me.
Well, should we read today? Don't you think reading might be fun? So many things are fun. Most men really can't enjoy them. They're lost, isn't it? I like little activities which engage me. There's something ancient in it. I don't know. Before all this. Would you like to try? John?
Frederick said I may stay here for life.
And so you shall.
But he is in trouble.
Frederick is your protector, John.
is in trouble.
Is it not your mother? She's pretty, isn't she?
Will Frederick keep his word with me? His contract? If he is in trouble?
What contract did you say?
And will you?
What will I?
The prince has a mistress. The Irishmen have one. Everyone seems to. Or a wife. Some have both. I have concluded I need a mistress. It is bad enough not to sleep like others.
Sitting up, you mean? Couldn't be very restful?
Too heavy to lie down. My head. But to sleep alone is worst of all.
The artist expresses his love through his works. That is civilization.
Are you very shocked?
Why should I be?
Others would be.
I am not others.
Well, I suppose it is hopeless.
Nothing is hopeless. However, it is unlikely.
I was hoping you might have a few ideas.
I can guess who has the ideas here.
But there is something you don't know. I have never seen a naked woman before.
Surely in all the fairs you were,
I mean a real woman.
is one more real than another?
In the theatre. In the opera.
Surely you can't mean that more real.
In the audience. A woman not worn out early. Not deformed by awful life. Someone kept up, respectful of herself. A lady. You don't know what fairgrounds are like, Mrs. Kendall.
You mean someone like Princess Alexandra?
Not so old.
Like Dorothy?
She does not look happy. No.
Lady Ellen?
Too thin.
And who?
certain women, they have a sort of rightness. They seem to stop at the perfect point.
My dear, she doesn't exist.
That is probably why I never saw her.
What would your friend Bishop Howard say of all this, I wonder?
He says I should put these things out of my mind.
Is that the best you can suggest?
I put them out of my mind. They reappear. Snap.
What about Frederick?
He would be appalled if I told him.
I am flattered, too. The little trust has made my life, but that is another story.
What a rain. Are we going to read today?
Yes, some women are lucky to live well, and it is all. It's a rather arbitrary gift. It has no really good use, though it has uses, I will say that. Anyways, it does not signify very much.
To me it does.
Well, you are mistaken.
What are we going to read? I have a book of Thomas Hardy's here. Shall we read that? He is a friend of Frederick's.
Turn around a minute. Don't
Is this a game?
not call it a game. A surprise.
What kind of surprise?
I saw photos of you before I met you. You didn't know that, did you?
You mean the ones from the first time? In '84? No, I didn't.
I felt it was unjust. I don't know why. I can't say my sense of justice is my most highly developed characteristic. Well, you may turn around again. A little funny, isn't it?
It is the most beautiful sight I have seen. Ever.
You tell anyone. I shall not see you again. We shall not read. We shall not talk. We shall do nothing. Wait. There. No illusions now. Well, what is there to say? I am extremely pleased to have made your acquaintance.
John, what is going on in here? For God's sake, what is going on?
For a moment, paradise, Freddie.
But have you no sense of decency, woman? Dress yourself quickly. Are you not ashamed? Do you not know what you are? Don't you know what is forbidden?
Come,
actually, to ask your forgiveness.
I found a good home, Ross. I forgave you.
I was thinking we could work out a deal, something new maybe.
No,
See, I was counting on it, that you were kind-hearted, like myself. Some things don't change. Got to put your money on the things that don't. I figure from what I've read about you, that you don't change. Dukes, ladies coming to see you. I ask myself why. Figure it's the same as it always was. Makes them feel good about themselves by comparison. Them things don't change. They're but for the grace of. So I figure you're selling the same service as always, to better clientele. The difference now is you ain't charging for it.
you making me sound like a whore.
You are. I am. They are. Most are. No disgrace, John. Disgrace is to be a stupid whore, given away for free, not capitalizing on the interest in you. Not to have a manager there is stupid.
You see this church? I am building it. The people who visit are friends, not clients. I am not a dog walking around on its hind legs.
I was thinking, charge these people. Pleasure of the elephant man's company. Something. Right spirit is everything. Charge them in the right spirit and they'd pay happily. I'd take 10%. I'd be okay with 10%.
Bad luck's made you daft.
I helped you, John. Discovered you. Was that daft? No. Only daftness was being at a gold mine without a shovel. Without proper connections like Treves has. What's daft? Ross sows, Treves harvests? It's not fair, is it, John? When you think about it, and I do think about it, because I'm old, I've got something in my throaty you may have noticed. Something in my long ear too. Something on my belly too, I guess. I'm not a heap of health. But I do well with 10%. 10% would give me a future better than a cobblestone. This love would pay if you charged in the right spirit. I'm not asking much.
There's a cream, Ross. They know it. Man like you tries to make them pay. So walk away.
I'm talking about doing it in the right spirit.
They are my friends. I lose everything for you. Ross, you lived your life. You robbed me of 48 pounds, 9 shillings, tuppence. You left me to die. You come back and you want to rob me again? Will you not be satisfied? You kept me like an animal in darkness. Now I am a man like others. You want me to return?
Had a woman yet?
Is that what makes a man?
In my time, it's due for a start.
Not what makes this one. Yet I am like others.
And I'm condemned. I got no energy to try nothing new. I may well go to the doss house straight and die there between dirty doss house rags. Nothing in the belly but acid. I don't like pain, John. Future gives pain sense. Without a future, 5%. John?
I'm sorry, Ross. That's just the way things are.
By God, and I am lost.
Frederick, do you believe in heaven? Hell? What about Christ? What about God? I believe in heaven. The Bible says in heaven the crooked shall be made straight.
So did the rat, my boy. So do we all.
You do not believe?
We'll settle for a reliable general anesthetic at this point. Although, I did have a patient once. A woman operated on her for a woman's thing. Used ether to anesthetize. Tricky stuff. Didn't come out of it. Vital signs stopped, no pulse, absolutely moribund. Just a big white dead mackerel. Then, 5 minutes later, she rented back to reality like a lost explorer with a great scoop of the undiscovered.
She saw heaven?
Well, I quote her, it was neither heavenly nor hellish. Rather like a perambulating in a London fog. People drifted by, but nobody spoke. London, mind you. Hell's probably the provinces. She was surprised it wasn't more exotic. But allowed as how she had stayed, had gotten used to the familiar, it had hints of becoming a kind of bliss. And she fled.
If you do not believe, why did you send Mrs. Kendall away?
John, don't forget, I said you once my interference. You know well enough it was not proper.
How can you tell? If you do not believe,
Well, there are still standards we abide by.
they make us happy because they are for our own good.
Well, not always, I guess.
Huh?
Look, John, if you are angry, just say it.
Whose standards are they?
Oh, I am not in the mood for this chipping away at the edges, John.
They do not always make us happy because they are not always for our own good.
Everyone's. Well, mine. Everyone's.
That woman, that Juliet,
What? Juliet?
who died and then came back.
Oh, I see. Yes, her standards too.
So,
what?
did you see her? Naked?
Well, when I was operating, of course. What?
Is it okay to see them naked if you cut them up afterwards?
My good Lord, I am a surgeon. That is science.
She died. Miss Kendall didn't.
Oh, yes, but well, she came back.
And Miss Kendall didn't. If you mean that.
Look, John, I'm trying to read about anesthetics. Okay? There's simply no comparison. Look, science is a different thing. This woman came to me to be. It is not, well, love, you know?
Is that why you're looking for an anesthetic?
It would be a boon to surgery.
Because you do not love them?
Oh, well, love's got nothing to do with surgery.
Do you lose many patients?
Yes, some. Oh, what does it matter? If any surgeon loves her, or any patient for that matter, what difference does it make? And what conceivable difference to you?
Because it is your standards we abide by.
God's sakes, John, if you're angry, just say it. God, I won't turn you out. Go on, say it. I am angry. Say it. Come. I am angry. I am angry. I am angry. I am angry.
I believe in heaven.
It's not okay to see them naked if you cut them up afterwards, as you put it. Make me sound like Jack the Ripper.
No. You worry about anesthetics.
Are you having me on?
You are merciful. I myself am proof. Is it not so? Well, is it not so?
About Mrs. Kendall. Perhaps I was wrong. These days I seem to lose my head. You see, I'm taking on too much, perhaps. I do not know what to do these days.
Will she come back, Mrs. Kendall?
Well, I will talk to her.
But will she?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
John, there are other things involved, you see. That is, other things.
Well, other things. I want to walk now. Think. Other things. Why won't she?
Because I don't want her here when you die.
If he is merely a mass of papier-mâché, a swindler and a fake.
No, Jane Dorset dream on a more swamp. Look, he's so forgotten how to protect himself. He's gone to sleep.
I must examine him further. I would not keep him for long, Mr. Gaunt.
He would be an inconvenience. He's a mainstay of our institution.
Exactly that what brought him to my attention. I am Merrick. Here is my card. I am with the mutations across the road.
Frederick, stand up. You must understand, he's very, very valuable. We've invested a great deal in him. He's the personal surgeon to the Prince of Wales.
I only wish to examine him. I had of course not dreamed of changing him.
But he's a gentleman, good man.
Therefore exemplary for study, as a cruel or deviant one would not be.
All right. Have him back for breakfast time? Refill. Frederick, stand up! Up, you bloody donkey, up!
The most striking feature about him, note, was the terrifyingly normal head. This allowed him to lie down normally and to dream in the exclusive, personal manner, without the weight of others' dreams accumulating to break his neck. From the brow projected a normal vision of benevolent enlightenment, what we believe to be a sort of self-mesmerized state. The mouth, deformed by satisfaction at being at the hub of the best of existent worlds, was therefore rendered utterly incapable of self-critical speech, thus of the ability to change. The heart showed signs of worry at this unchanging yet untenable state. The back was horribly stiff from being kept against a wall to face the discontent of a world ordered for his convenience. The surgeon's hands were tough, capable of the most delicate carvings up for others' own good. Due also to the normal head, the man's right arm was of enormous size and strength, but so incapable of the distinction between the charitable act of giving and the assertion of authority that it can often be seen disgustingly beating others for their own good. The left arm was slighter and fairer, and could be seen in typical position, hand covering the genitals, which were treated as a sullen colony in constant need of restriction, governance, punishment. For their own good. To add a further burden to his trouble, the wretched man, when a boy, developed a disabling spiritual duality and was unable to feel what others feel, nor reach harmony with them. Please. He would thus be denied all means of escape from those he had tormented.
Mr. Merrick, you have shown a profound and unknown disorder to us. You have said that when he leaves here, it is for his prior life again. I do not think it ought to be permitted. It is a disgrace. It is a pity and a disgrace. In fact, it may be a danger in ways that we do not know. Something ought to be done about it.
We hope in 20 years we might understand enough to put an end to this affliction.
20 years. Sir, that is unacceptable.
Had we caught it early, things might have been different. But his condition has already spread both east and west. The truth is, I'm afraid, we are dealing with an epidemic. Still breathing away from us?
Yes.
What's your report? This is the person.
The bishop?
I mean, Merrick.
No.
Shall be sorry when he dies.
No. It will not be unexpected. And
He's brought the hospital quite a lot of repute. Quite a lot of contributions too, for that matter. In fact, I like him. Never regretted letting him stay on. No, I didn't imagine he'd last this long.
his heart won't sustain much longer.
May even give out when he gets off his bloody knees with that bloody man.
What is it, Freddie? What is gone sour with you?
It's just the over-rare of things, quite inexplicable, that as he grows higher in the consolations of society, his condition sends him closer to the grave. So comparable to growing up. To become normal is to die? He's just a mockery of everything we live by.
Sorry, Freddie. Didn't catch that now.
Never mind. Nothing's gone sour. I do not know.
Cheer up, man. You are knighted. Your clients will be kings. Nothing succeeds my heroic success.
I find my sessions with him utterly moving. He struggles, so I suggested he might like to be confirmed. He jumped at the opportunity like a man lost in a desert to an oasis.
Yes, he is excited to do what others do if he believes it is what others do.
Do you cast doubt, sir, on his faith?
I do not. Yet he makes us believe he is like ourselves when we are really not like each other. I concluded that we would polish him like a mirror and shout hallelujah when he reflects us to the nearest inch. I am so sorry for it.
I do not quite understand what you are saying, Mr. Treves. Is something troubling you?
Courses! How about courses? Now, here is a pamphlet I've written, due mostly to the grotesque ailments I have seen caused by forces. Fashion overrules me, of course. My patients do not unstrap themselves, of course. Some cannot. You know, I have so little time in the week. I spend my Sundays at the poor wars to keep up with my work. Work being 20-year-old women who look and abuse 50 with worn-outedness. Young men with appalling industrial conditions I turn out as soon as possible to return to their labours. Luckily, most of my patients are poor. They are middle class. They overeat and they drink so grossly they destroy nature in themselves and all around them so fervently they will not last. Then, higher up, sir, above these middle class, I confront these same deformities bulged out by unlimited resources and the ruthlessness of privilege into the most scandalous dissipation, yoked to the grossest ignorance and constraint. I cancel against it where I can. I'm ignored, of course. Then what, sir, could be troubling me? I was an extremely successful Englishman in a well-respected and successful England that informs me daily by the way it lives that he wants to die. I am in despair, in fact. Science, practice, observation, deductions having led me to these conclusions that can no longer serve as consolations. I care to see things that others don't.
I do wish I understood you better, Mr. Treves. But as for consolation, there is in Christ's church consolation.
I'm sure we were not born for mere consolation.
Yes, look at Merrick's happy example.
Oh, yes! Ah, yes! And you like my garden too. My dog, my wife, my daughter, all pruned, cropped, pollarded, and somewhat stupefied. Very happy example, all of them. It's finally what we know how to do with, what is it? Nature, is it? Robert, really? No, not nature. Ourselves, really. No, myself, really. Rob, that is. You do see, really, what I mean, as in what we can do with them. Can we?
It is not exactly clear, sir.
Well, I'm an awfully good gardener. Is that fair? My God, I take such good care of anything we are convinced. Well, you're not convinced. Him, I mean, he's not dangerously human. I mean, how could he be after what we've given him? Yet, what you like, sir, is he is so grateful for patrons, so greedy to be patronized. No demand, no right, no hopes, past, perverted, recent, false, future, nil. What better could you ask? He puts up with all of it. And now I do mean taken. When I say given as in what we've given him, but I'll bet you knew that already. I'll bet because
Do you mean charity, sir? I cannot tell what you are saying.
Me, oh.
It is done.
Lunch, Mr. Merrick. I'll set it up. Maybe afterwards you'd like to go on a walk. April's doing wonders for the garden. He will. His sister died yesterday. 28 she was. Real bloom. Wife was sick. Sister's nursing her. A week later, wife is okay. Sister just ups and dies. It's also... what's the word? Means chancy. It'll come to me. Have a nice lunch, Mr. Merrick.
Chancy.
We are the queens of the cosmos, beautiful darkness empire, darkness, darkness, like true flower, here is eternity's finest hour. Sleep like those you learn to admire, weep like your mother, be like your sire.
I remember it, Mr. Merrick. What is arbitrary? It's all so odd.
Hi. Hi.
The elephant man is dead!
The Times, sir. In November 1886, you were kind enough to insert in the Times a letter from me drawing attention to the case of Joseph Merrick.
John Merrick.
Well, known as the Elephant Man, he was one of the singular and exceptional misfortune, etc., etc. Debarred from his earning a livelihood in any other way than being exhibited to the gaze of the curious. This having been greatly interfered with the police, etc., etc. Great difficulty, he succeeded somehow to walk and other get into the door of the London hospital. With kindness through one of our surgeons, he was sheltered for a time. And then, while deterred by common humanity from infecting him again and again into the open street, I wrote to you. And from that moment, all difficulty vanished. Sympathy of many was aroused, and although no other fitting refuge was offered, a sufficient sum was placed at my disposal, apart from the funds of the hospital, to maintain him for what did not promise a prolonged life.
Oh, I forgot. The coroner said it was death by asphyxiation. The weight of his head crushed the wind.
Well, I go on to say about how he spent his time here, that all attempted to alleviate his misery, that he was visiting the highest in the land, etc., etc. That in general he joined our lives as best he could, and in spite of all this indulgence, he was quiet and unassuming, grateful for all that was done for him, and conformed readily to the restrictions which were necessary. Will that do so far, you think?
Sure think you would.
Wouldn't add anything else, would you?
Oh, well, he was highly intelligent, and had an acute sensibility. Worse for him, romantic imagination. No, never mind. I'm really not certain of any of it.
I've given these details thinking that those who sent the money would like to know how the support was used for how the charity was used. Last Friday afternoon, though apparently in his usual health, he quietly passed away in his sleep. I've left in my hands a small balance of money for support, and this I now propose, after paying certain gratitudes, to hand over the funds of the hospital. This course, I believe, will be consonant with the wishes of the contributors. It was the courtesy of the Times, in inserting my letter in 1886, that procured this afflicted man with comfortable protection during the last years of a previously wretched existence. And I desire to take this opportunity to thankfully acknowledge you. I'm, sir, your obedient servant, F.C. Corgon, House Committee Room, London Hospital, 15th April, 1890.
I did think of one small thing.
It's too late, I'm afraid. It is done.
Alright. Before you leave,